We all need to have ecological awareness because if we don't and don't make the changes, we will damage our planet beyond repair. My name is Jonathan Hale, and I am an ocean guide for a snorkel tour company in Kona, Hawaii. I'm in the water all the time with guests, watching how coral reefs are being affected, seeing how the fish are being affected by rising ocean temperatures. In my spare time, I'm an avid scuba diver. I have over 100 dives in the last year. It's really been amazing and sad the changes I've been witness to. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's too late for the coral reefs to make a recovery. If we make some changes now, it is a possibility that we can still have coral reefs for our grandkids. I believe with ecological awareness, it doesn't matter what political or economic group we're in. We are in danger of losing our coral reefs from drastically rising ocean temperatures. It will affect all of our lives. I believe that most people, Republicans, Democrats, poor class, middle class, rich, doesn't matter what class you're in, we all want to take care of our earth, but I don't think most of us have the ecological awareness. We need ecological awareness because if we're not aware of how our planet is doing, we're going to destroy it sooner than later. Ecological awareness happens after scientists study the relationships that living organisms have with each other and with their natural environment. Then the results, they should be able to honestly show and predict the results and explain and come up with ideas of how we can take care of our environment. I believe that most people, Republicans, Democrats, poor, middle class, rich, we will all want to take care of our earth if we have the knowledge and are aware of ecological awareness. Ecological awareness is something I was never really aware of until I saw actual events of coral bleaching in 2015 and the one that is currently happening right now. I always thought it was a political ploy to scare people into voting or getting funding for their research. I do not think that we need to be dramatic and try to scare people. I don't think that actually works to be able to scare people into doing something. Most people, in my opinion, when we're being dramatic in that way, we definitely don't respond the same. It needs to be presented in a calm and logical way. I believe most people will want to help take care of our earth if they know how. I know when I started to realize what was happening, I started to consciously try to make less waste and recycle more. Professor Nagaswara Rao Posanseti from University of Northern Iowa said that one way to have ecological awareness is to use the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. When people are educated, the political or economic class, it just doesn't seem to matter anymore. They all want to help with what they can. Some people can help a lot, some people can only help a little, and that's all right, as long as we do what we can. We need ecological awareness because if we are not aware of how our planet is doing, we're going to destroy it sooner than later. If the ocean temperatures continue to rise, coral reefs will continue to die. If the coral reefs die, then the microorganisms will die, which then the surrounding fish will die, which then leads to bigger pelagic fish, sharks, whales starting to die off. While coral covers less than 1% of the ocean floor, it produces almost half of our oxygen that we breathe and absorbs more than 25% of the carbon dioxide that is generated by burning fossil fuels. According to Science Magazine, volume 359, issue 6371, bleaching events are now getting closer together where the coral reefs cannot recover fully before another bleaching event occurs. One of the things that is also damaging the coral reefs is us using our sunscreen. So the sunscreen that we have that has the oxybenzone and the octinoxate, they are actually coating the coral reefs to where the sun can't get there. Hawaii.com author Karen Rose is saying that those 2 ingredients believed to contribute to coral bleaching. When the coral bleaches and turns white, it is not 100% dead. It is just in significant stress and subject to increased mortality levels. According to the National Park Service, 14,000 tons of sunscreen enter our coral reefs every single year. Please use reef-safe sunscreen or rash guards, and if you see someone not using it, politely educate them on the damage they are doing. We all need to be aware of our planet's ecological future, and if we need to try to do a better job taking care of it. So ecological awareness happens after scientists study the relationship that living organisms have with each other and with their natural environment. Then, with the results, they should be able to honestly show the predicted results and explain how we can help take care of our environment. Ecological awareness should never be a political ploy to get votes or funding. The scare tactic that people have been trying to use is not what people need to be doing to try and educate people. It needs to be done in a calm, educated, and logical way. Scaring people into trying to do better doesn't seem to work. Bill Coney with Legacy Reef was explaining to me that one of the processes they're doing to help our coral is by microfracturing the coral that has survived the latest bleaching event. So they're taking the strongest specimens right now, microfracturing it, breaking it into teeny little pieces, and then growing it in tanks. And they will grow 3 to 10 times faster in the tanks, and when they're microfractured, they'll also be the strongest coral, and that'll be the best chance of survival for the next bleaching event. They'll grow the coral in the tanks, and then they'll transplant into the ocean and help our recovery of our reef system. It's a really neat process, and they're in the process of getting all the permits still to be able to do this. So by listening to the results, we see that we need to be recycling, reusing products if we can, carpool and use less fossil fuels that will help as well. But we need some really smart people to come up with some awesome green ways to replace fossil fuels efficiently. If we all do a little, we can literally move mountains, you guys. So we need to be aware of our planet's ecological future, and we need to be educating others in a calm, logical way. We can help organizations try to replant and come up with ways to heal our coral reefs. Our planet's future should never be a political ploy for votes or funding. People from all political and economic levels, if properly educated and shown the proper data, will want to help and make sure a change happens with our planet. We all need to try and reduce, reuse, or recycle products, you guys. Try to use less fossil fuels and help our scientists to come up with efficient replacements for fossil fuels. We can also use reef-safe sunscreen or swim cover-ups. If we all do a little bit, we can move mountains. Please remember to use the 3 R's, you guys: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Let's use reef-safe sunscreen if we're getting out into the ocean, and if we all work together, we can save our planet. We all want our kids and grandkids to be able to see the wonders our planet beholds. Let us all do our part and protect and utilize the resources we have at hand to ensure that the amazing coral reefs are there in the future in full